Stop. Before you do anything else today, listen to this, because in the next 12 minutes, something might change for you. Hey, my friends, this is David, and welcome back to English Flow Studio. Let me ask you one question, just one. You are listening to me right now, and you understand every word, right? But imagine this. Tomorrow, someone walks up to you and says, "Hey, how are you? What did you do today?" And suddenly, your mind goes quiet. The words disappear. Your heart beats a little faster, and you think, "Why can't I speak? I understand everything." If that has ever happened to you, this episode is exactly for you. Today, I will explain why this happens, and I will give you 5 powerful tips to help you start speaking more naturally, more confidently, and without that terrible frozen feeling. As always, I will speak slowly and clearly, so please use this episode for shadowing. Listen to me, repeat after me. Try to copy my words, my rhythm, and my pauses. This is one of the best things you can do for your speaking, and we will talk more about it very soon. Okay, let's begin.
First, I want to explain something really important. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same skill. They are two completely different things. Think about riding a bicycle. You can watch bicycle videos every day for 1 year. You can read books about balance and wheels and speed. You can understand exactly how it works. But the first day you sit on a bicycle and try to ride, it is hard. You fall. You feel uncomfortable. Why? Because watching is not the same as doing. English is exactly the same. When you listen or read, your brain is receiving. It is passive. It feels comfortable and safe. But speaking is active. When you speak, your brain must do many things at the same time. Find the words, build the sentence, control your voice, think about the meaning, all in just a few seconds. And here is something that most teachers never tell you. The #1 reason most learners cannot speak is not grammar. It is not vocabulary. It is fear. Research on language learning confirms this. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding strange. Fear of what other people will think. When fear enters your brain, something happens. Your brain goes into a kind of emergency mode. It focuses on the danger, and it actually blocks your access to the words you already know. Everything freezes. Your mind goes blank, even when you know the answer. So the problem is not your English. The problem is the feeling around your English. And that is actually very good news, because feelings can change, habits can change, and with the right practice, speaking can start to feel normal, even comfortable, even natural. Let me show you how. Here are 5 tips.
Tip number 1. Shadow every single day. Right now, you are already doing something powerful. You are listening to natural, clear English. And if you are repeating my words as I speak, you are already using one of the most effective speaking techniques that exists. It is called shadowing. Here is how it works. You listen to a speaker, and just a second after, you repeat exactly what you hear. Not just the words, you copy everything. The rhythm, the pauses, the rise and fall of the voice, the feeling behind each sentence. And here is something surprising about shadowing, something most people don't expect. When you shadow, you stop thinking about grammar completely. You don't translate, you don't analyze, you just listen and speak. And your brain starts to connect sound and meaning directly, without stopping, without thinking. That feeling, that direct connection, is exactly what fluency feels like. Now let's try it together. I will say a sentence, and I want you to repeat it after me. Copy my voice as closely as you can. Repeat after me.
I understand English, but I want to speak better. Again, I understand English, but I want to speak better. Good. That right there is shadowing. Simple, powerful, and something you can do every single day. Use this podcast, listen to one section, then go back and repeat every sentence after me. Do this for 5 minutes every day. Just 5 minutes, but every day. After 30 days, your mouth will feel more comfortable with English. The words will start coming faster, and you will sound more natural even to yourself.
Okay, tip number 2. Speak to yourself every day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Talk to myself? That sounds a little crazy, David. But please, stay with me, because this tip is free, it is simple, and it genuinely works. Here is something surprising. Many very fluent English speakers, people who sound natural and confident, talk to themselves in English every day. Even now, it never stops because it works. Imagine you are making breakfast in the morning. You can say, "I'm making eggs. There's no milk left. I need to go to the shop today." Simple sentences, real life, out loud, in English. Or imagine you are on a walk. You describe what you see. The sky is gray today. There are a lot of people on the street. That dog is very big. Or ask yourself questions and answer them out loud. What did I do yesterday? How do I feel right now? What do I want for dinner tonight? Now let's try it. Repeat after me. Say this out loud right now, wherever you are. Repeat after me. Today, I am practicing English, and I am getting better every day. One more time. Today, I am practicing English, and I am getting better every day. That is your sentence for today. Say it again tonight. Say it again tomorrow morning. Own it. This practice does something very important. It closes the gap between thinking and speaking. Most learners have a big gap there. They think in their own language first, then translate. That translation takes time, and that time is what makes speaking feel slow and difficult. When you talk to yourself in English every single day, that gap gets smaller. Your brain learns to go directly to English without stopping. And when you speak with a real person, the words come faster, more easily, more naturally. Tip number 3. Take one sentence and say it many different ways. Here is a tip that surprises most learners because it is so simple, but it works so well. And here is the surprising part. Fluent speakers don't actually know more words than you. What they know is how to do more things with the words they have. That is the real secret of fluency. Imagine you are learning to cook. You don't learn 1,000 recipes from day 1. You learn how to cook eggs, and then you make them many ways: scrambled, fried, boiled, with cheese, with tomatoes. One simple thing, many possibilities. Speaking in English is exactly the same idea. Take one simple sentence. For example, I was late for work today. Now say it with more detail. I was late for work today because the bus didn't come. Now add a feeling. I was so stressed. I was late for work today because the bus didn't come and my boss was already waiting. Now change the grammar slightly. If the bus had come on time, I wouldn't have been late. Now change the subject. My friend was late for work today. She looked really worried when she arrived. Now make it a question. Have you ever been late for something really important? What happened? One sentence, 6 different sentences. All natural, all real, all created by you. Now let's try it together. Repeat after me first. Repeat after me. I was late for work today. Now you say it with a feeling, any feeling. Add 1 or 2 words. Say it out loud right now. That is real fluency. Not memorizing, creating. The more you practice creating sentences in your kitchen, on a walk, before you sleep, the faster your brain becomes. When you need to speak in a real situation, you will not freeze because you have already trained your brain to build.
Tip number 4. Record yourself and listen back. I know, almost nobody likes hearing their own voice. It feels uncomfortable. It feels strange. But this is one of the most honest tools you have, and most learners never use it. And here is the surprising thing about this tip. Most learners who record themselves for the first time say the same thing afterwards. They say, "I sound better than I thought." That moment, that small surprise, is very powerful because it reduces fear. It shows you the truth. Your English is better than you think it is. So here is what to do. Take your phone, press record, speak in English for 2 or 3 minutes. Tell a short story. Talk about your day. Describe something you saw this week. Anything. Just speak. Then listen back. Don't judge yourself. Listen with curiosity. Ask yourself 2 questions. What did I do well? And what is one small thing I can improve? Maybe your sentences are too long. Practice making them shorter. Maybe you say, too many times. Practice pausing silently instead. Maybe there is one word you always say wrong. Focus only on that word this week. Small improvements, done consistently, create big results. Your recorded voice is the clearest mirror you have. Use it once a week and watch yourself grow.
And tip number 5. Be very, very kind to yourself and start small. This is the most important tip. I saved it for last because I want it to stay in your mind long after this episode ends. And here is the most surprising thing I will tell you today. The learners who improve fastest are not the ones with the best grammar. They are not the ones with the biggest vocabulary. They are the ones who are kind to themselves when they make mistakes and who keep going anyway. Imagine a child learning to walk. They stand up and they fall. They stand up again and they fall again. Do they stop? Do they say, "I'm terrible at this. I will never learn"? No, they just stand up again and again and again until one day they are running. You are learning to speak English, and right now you are that child, standing up, falling, standing up again. That is not failure. That is exactly how it works. Here is what I want you to do. Start so small that there is nothing to be afraid of. Speak one sentence today, just one sentence, in English, out loud. Then stop. That is a real win. Tomorrow, speak 2 sentences. The day after, 3. Build slowly, like climbing stairs. Each step is very small, but you are moving up. And when you make a mistake, because you will, do not stop. Do not apologize. Do not go silent. Just continue. The person who keeps going after a mistake is the person who slowly, surely speaks beautifully. One more small thing. When you feel nervous before speaking, take one slow, deep breath. Just one. This small action sends a signal to your brain. It says, "I am safe. It is okay." And that signal can open the door to your words again. Let's end with one final shadowing moment. Repeat this after me and really mean it. Repeat after me. I am not perfect, but I am practicing, and every day I am getting better. One more time. I am not perfect, but I am practicing, and every day I am getting better. Hold on to that sentence. Say it again tomorrow. Say it every day. Okay, my friends, let's bring everything together. Today, we talked about why so many learners can understand English but still struggle to speak. The real reason is not grammar. It is not vocabulary. It is fear. It is the gap between receiving language and producing it, and it is lack of practice with the actual skill of speaking.
Here are the 5 tips we covered today. Tip 1. Shadow every day, even 5 minutes. Copy real, natural English. Train your mouth. Tip 2. Speak to yourself. In the kitchen, on a walk, anywhere. Close the gap between thinking and speaking. Tip 3. Take one sentence and say it many ways. Build flexibility. Train your brain to create, not just memorize. Tip 4. Record yourself and listen back. Find one small thing to improve each week. Trust your progress. Tip 5. Be kind to yourself and start very small. Reduce the fear. Build slowly. Keep going after every mistake. Speaking English is not a talent, it is a skill, and every skill grows with practice, with patience, with consistency, and with a little courage every day. You showed that courage today. You listened, you repeated, you stayed with me. That is real progress, and I am proud of you for it. This is English Flow Studio. I'm David. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, my friend.